All right, continuing on here with the series, Street Recon 2, and this area was in downtown Santa Monica, basically all the streets around Wilshire, California, Santa Monica, Broadway, that entire downtown area, and into the neighborhoods, and pretty uneventful photo walk. So I got a couple keepers here. First couple ones are actually from yesterday. I didn't really get that many photos yesterday, so I decided to include them with this walk. But yeah, let's get started here. Got the little cigarette butt inside the tree, the bark of the tree. And this is on Broadway. They just repaint it, put bike lanes in and stuff. And as you can see, it's pretty vivid looking. This is some old car. Kind of reminded me of like a upgraded golf cart. This was some old school looking ad on the side of the building. It reminds me of like some Marilyn Monroe or something. And yeah, this was some dog just perfectly basking in the sun, loving that sun. The little flag, the light hitting the flag just right. And this was the last photo from the other day, and this is now the new photo walk. And yeah, I just really like the low sun and the way it's hitting the bike and the wheels. Got some pine needles on the roof of a car. I always like picket fences, old school look. Yeah, I've been seeing this pretty much every day, but it was just perfect with the lighting. Sun was hitting just right, that early morning light, and really like that one with the addition of the power lines. Yeah, these people out here roasting their tires on the intersections, they just are so loud, waking people up, man, pretty ridiculous. And did just in a couple different intersections, sounding like a boomer. And yeah, this is like, I think the next street down. This was so blown out from the sun being right there, you can't even see the telephone pole. And I was like, I'm going to go get a little coffee. So I went into this coffee shop. It's actually attached to the Catholic school and church. It's called Holy Grounds. And by the cash register, they had some little Jesuses. I see these things everywhere around California too. And there's some Jesus pamphlets. I took a couple photos of that stuff in there. Then when you get out of the Holy Grounds, right across the street is this Westminster. I think it's called Westminster. It's like a retirement home. And yeah, recently it was in the news. They had to shut down this entire street because somebody jumped off of out of their window or something. Yeah, and they decided that was the end of their life. So yeah, some old person actually did that, which is pretty crazy. And yeah, this is statue in front of the church. Another statue. This lady was planting flowers in there, watering them up, and yeah, she was telling me that these are actually fake. She was touching them. Not the best photo. I got the hand in there, a little blurry, but yeah, she was saying it's kind of disrespectful to put fake flowers. I guess somebody put in the effort to actually do something, so I don't know if it's disrespectful, but regardless, it's still nice. Then I met this dog. He was like, pet me, so I pet him and took a photo. Then I wandered into this alleyway, which, yeah, I don't know. I was looking up. I think alleyways are maybe a little bit more rare. AI chatbot told me that they're common in a lot of Midwestern cities. I remember we had them in Cincinnati, but not extensively. Here, they're everywhere. I mean, in between every street is an alleyway. So, you know, I always love walking the alleyways and taking photos. So maybe that'll be an opportunity to try to capture something a little bit more unique. But yeah, these are both in the alleyway. You know, they always got these like crazy web of poles and power lines. And yeah, especially this one, this reminds me of like some of Dido Moriyama's work I've been checking out, you know, where he just wanders the alleyways like a stray dog and he takes photos like that, you know. And so being inspired by him, I think I'm gonna try to actually, you know, put some nice work out showing the alleyways around here. Some more alleyway photos. This was in the alleyway too. And you can see it's all dark around here because this was light reflecting off a window. It was just this little patch right here, and it was hitting that plant perfectly. Continuing down the alleyway, I got like 6 decent photos in the alleyway. This guy was walking. Yeah, there was this like Ziploc bag of, I don't know what's in that. It was just like a blob of gross looking liquid just hanging out in the alleyway. So like, why not take a photo? Make a little metal door, some nice lighting there. And I just saw this is all lit up going into the garage. It's kind of like it. I made sure to frame up the wire conduit there. Then I headed on into the farmer's market, and for as many times as I've been in the farmer's market, I don't think I've really ever gotten a photo there that I'm like, man, that's a good photo. For this one's whatever. This one's not bad. I got the light just hitting these 4 people. That one kind of looks nice, but I don't know. I don't know what it is about the farmer's market. Just not very exciting in there. Everybody in there just kind of walks around. They don't look very happy to be there. It's a lot different. Like the Brentwood farmer's market, you go, everybody's having a good time, smiling. This one, everybody just seems kind of stressed. So I don't really know why. Yeah. And then this was actually, these both are in another alleyway. Just a whole bunch of old toilets. I don't know, this would have been better if this whole middle white blob wasn't there with the upper tank of the toilet, because it's kind of distracting. I wish it was more like the dirty textures were turned around. Maybe it's dirtier and on the other side. But still kept it. And this guy, I've seen him a couple of times, he's always like unloading firewood there. I'm assuming he's going to one of the restaurants. Maybe they do some kind of wood fire food, or maybe it's just a wood fire for fireplace. And this was in the parking lot. Yeah, I really like this one. I was actually using my hand to block the sun because it was shooting a big line into the lens, which I usually don't mind that much, but for some reason I decided to block it. And yeah, I like it. The guy's looking right at me. Cool old school car. And then I got close and took a sneaky shot in here, and I was wondering why when I looked at the photos my timing was way off, because I took a whole bunch of other ones that I thought, and I looked down on my camera and I had it in autofocus mode instead of snap focus. So I'm like snapping away thinking I'm taking photos, and I only took these 2. I thought it took like 10. So, but anyways, yeah, still turned out. Still like both of them, so whatever, it worked. And then, yeah, this is basically all these photos are alleyways. I'm realizing it's a really reflective surface. This is the back of one of the hotels, and that's that same surface, different angle. But there's this pedestrian bridge that goes over in this building, which I never see anybody. I've walked as many times that I never see anybody in that glass, and just so happened to see a guy sitting there right in the middle. So got that photo. Took a quick detour down to, this is like the entrance is all boarded up now because they're replacing the bridge going to the pier. But that's usually like the entrance to the pier, and this fence, which this area is now basically a de facto homeless encampment every time I go over there now, because there's no reason to go over here anymore because it's all blocked up. Now people have set up shop, and you can see all the clothes just hanging on the fence there. And so yeah, kind of disturbing over there by the cannon. If you know the cannon area, always a little weird activity going on over there. And yeah, this is actually in front of the new bonds they just built on Broadway, so it's quite a distance from here to here. Good 10-15 minute walk. And yeah, I didn't keep any photos that I liked. That was the first one, and that's not even all that good. In the neighborhood shot, you can see this guy up on the ladder, and he's looking at me. Guys are always looking. These guys that are doing all the work on the houses and landscape, doesn't matter what they're doing, they're always going to look at you. I don't get it. It's like, if I was up on that ladder, I'd be concentrating. You know what I'm saying? Be concentrating on what I'm doing. Some berries on a fence. And this was in a parking lot. It's an old rusty vehicle. And then these two guys were I think cutting this whole tree down. See what I'm saying? I mean, both these guys are just looking at me. It's not like I was even just standing there setting up shop, camping the scene and working it. I mean, I'm talking like quick snapshot. These guys are always out here working. It doesn't matter what they're doing. They're always going to stop to look at you. And I always think if there was ever a crime committed within eye vision of these guys, the police are just going to go right to these guys. They're going to see exactly what happened. They're going to tell them. So anyways, yeah, I got a couple solid keepers. Nothing crazy, but another good productive day.